The company not only gave the parts but also gave him a internship during the summer holidays. It was there he came in friendship with one Steve Wozniak, an engineer 5 years senior to him. And so Steve Wozniak had been trying to build a small computer. It was his hobby. At that time, Steve Jobs grasped the idea that we could make a big company, and he and Wozniak both joined together, started the company. And first one that developed is Apple I. And in 1977, they developed Apple II. And for just starting this first company, he has to sell his mini Volkswagen bus, and Wozniak had to sell his Hewlett-Packard calculator. That's how they developed Apple, and they are doing so well now. Next comes the Warren Buffett. Because why I am telling this, just with the knowledge, they all become today, they have made many foundations and helping many countries, many poor countries, poor people with much donations. Even Calcutta also, I think the good amount of charity was done by the Microsoft company. And in case of Warren Buffett, you know, even young age, he was so enthusiastic in business. He bought about 6 cases of Coca-Cola from a grocery shop at 25 cents and sold it each one for a nickel. That they got about 30 cents. There he made a profit of 5 cents. Later on, at the age of 11, he bought 3 shares of a company, City Center, and he waited for some time. The price came down to 27, and he waited for some more time and sold it to 40 rupees. And thereafter on, he investing in the shares of many companies, making money. That's how, you know, the knowledge has transformed the present day world, and those who have got the technology, they will be able to make money. And recently you might have seen in papers that a battery for the telephones have been developed, a bio battery has been developed from sugar. It lasts for 10 days, whereas the present batteries, lithium batteries, can stop for only a day, but whereas the bio factories can stand for 10 days at a time. The another one also you might have seen in papers about the Gen Next glass that bends but doesn't shatter. Because nowadays the glass materials, when it falls down, it shatters and break into pieces, whereas now they have found out a technology that the glasses, even if it falls down, it only bends, it doesn't shatter. Why I am telling all these things is the enormous potentiality that we have. The advantages are many in the instrumentation, communication and computational capacities. It can bring in mind-boggling possibilities for the students, for the engineers to develop new and newer product. You are all at the doorstep of a profession, which and certainly you will be able to also achieve these types of greatness in your places. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, it is said the aim of education has been described as second birth. So, in your life, how to come up in life is in your hand. You are the master of your destiny in this journey, and you have full opportunities to cope up, equip yourself in this college while you are studying. Whether is it possible for me, every one of us, to become such a big person, either in science and technology or in business or anything, you may ask. ஒரு கதையில் உண்மையில் சொல்லுவாங்க, ஒரு வழிப்போகன் போயிட்டுருக்கல ஒரு யானையை கட்டி வச்சுருந்தாங்க, ஒரு கவுத்தில் கட்டி வச்சுருந்தாங்க. அந்த வழிப்போக்கன் அந்த யானை பார்த்துன்னு கேட்டாங்க, என்ன ஒரு சின்ன கவுத்தில் நீ இவ்வளோ ஒரு யானையை கட்டி வச்சுருக்குது, அது காலை உதறினா போயிடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி, உதறிட்டு போயிட முடியாது அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. அதுக்கு யானை பாவம் சொன்னால், அது சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே இந்த யானையை ஒரு காலை கட்டி வச்சுருவாங்க, அப்போ அது கட்டி இழுக்க முடியாது அந்த சமயத்தில் எங்கள் ஏஜில். அப்போ அது கட்டி இழுத்துட்டு போக முடியாதுங்க நினைப்பிலேயே கடைசி மட்டும் இருக்கும். இன்றைக்கி இவ்வளோ பெரிய யானையுமே இந்த காலை கட்டி இருந்தால் காலை கட்டி விட்டு வெளியே போக முடியாத நினைப்பில் தான் இன்னும் இருந்துகிட்ருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. அதனால் நீங்கள் எல்லாமே அது மாதிரி ஒரு கட்டுப்பல் இல்லாமல் அது கருத்தெரிஞ்சிட்டு நீங்கள் வெளியே போனீங்கன்னா யூ கேன் ஆல்சோ பிகம் ஏ ஸ்டீவ் ஜாப்ஸ், யூ கேன் பிகம் ஏ டாட்டா, யூ கேன் பிகம் ஏ பிர்லா, யூ கேன் பிகம் ஏ அப்துல் கலாம். இது மாதிரி எல்லா விதமான ஒரு உயர்ந்த நிலையை நீங்கள் நிச்சயமாக அடைய முடியும். அதற்கு வேண்டிய எல்லா விதமான உபயோகமான உங்களுக்கு வேண்டிய டியூஷன்ஸு ட்ரைனிங் எல்லாத்தையுமே கொடுப்பதற்காக உங்களுடைய ஆசிரியர் பெருமக்கள் உங்களுடைய பிரின்சிபல் எல்லாம் இருக்கிறாங்க. ஐ வாண்ட் டு யூட்டிலைஸ் திஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி டு see to it you also become. இதில் ஒரு சுயநலம் இருக்குது. டுமாரோ when you all become a Tatas, Birlas or Microsoft owner, என்ன உங்களுக்கு என்ன வாட் இஸ் த பெனிஃபிட் அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா எனக்கு என்ன பெனிஃபிட்டு, என்ற காலேஜில் படித்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து இன்றைக்கி எஸ் பிகம் ஏ டாட்டா இஸ் எ பிர்லா. அதுதான் எனக்கு வேண்டிய மன திருப்தி. இதற்காக நீங்கள் எல்லாம் ஒத்துழைத்து வந்தால் இது மட்டுமல்ல, நம்மளுடைய நாட்டினுடைய சுவிச்சம் மேலே வரணுன்னா உங்களால் தான் முடியும். நாலேஜ் இருக்கிறது யார் கொண்டு வர்றாங்க? இட் இஸ் ஒன்லி தி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், particularly engineering students can only bring that type of encouragement, development for the country, and I wish you all the best during this time. Thank you very much for listening to my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thiru V. Kovai-Selvan, Senior Vice President, HR, TVS Motor Company, pursued his master's degree in Engineering Business Management from the University of Warwick, United Kingdom. This luminary has over 30 years of industrial familiarity in the areas of production engineering, new product development, total quality management, and human resource development. He was instrumental for setting up the human resources function with contemporary practices for TVS Motor Company. This renowned scholar is a member in the advisory board of Center for Leadership, Innovation and Change of Indian School of Business. He has also shown his zeal as a member of Human Capital Group of Society of Automobile Manufacturers Association and Automotive Component Manufacturers Association of India. His mental prowess made him lead the subcommittee of SIAM to develop a course for Auto Skills Development Council. Apart from these responsibilities, this personage is also a part of the managing committee of Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce, an executive committee member of Indo-Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Presently, Thiru V. Kovai-Selvan is now occupying the exalted position in TVS Motor Company Limited as the Senior Vice President, HR. Sir, we request you to address the gathering.
Respected Padma Shri Karthikeyan, Chief Guest of the Day, Shri S.V. Balasubramaniam, Chairman, Bannari Amman Institute of Technology, Dr. R. Subbayan, he was my principal in the college when I studied. In fact, he also happened to be in the selection panel for engineering admission. So, and Dr. Nadarajan, Chief Executive, and Dr. Angarajan, Principal, and Ms. Ilamadi, and respected faculty members, and my dear young friends, good evening to all of you. And I am very happy to be here. Our chairman was saying that last 2 years, maybe I didn't have an opportunity. Today I was very happy that I am here, and I went around the campus, and I saw two important places. The first place is the canteen. So it's வண்டிக்கு பெட்ரோல் போட்டால் தான் வண்டி ஓடும் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதே போல் the canteen and food is very important part of our life. I think a lot of importance has been given to the canteen, the way it has been hygiene and also the way it is laid. I think very well impressed with the kind of canteen. I'm sure all of you like the food what is served there. Second is the library. That's the most difficult part. So very impressive library, lot of vision has been there in creating this library. So I was only saying that we can take the horse to the water. We cannot make it drink. So horse has to drink. So it's all in your hands now how you are going to do it. So I like to share some thoughts based on my learning and experience, and also last 6 years I am doing research in the area of competence management. I like to share some perspectives based on this. I've had a career right from being an engineer in metal forming, joining and forming, and also the new product development. Last 13 years, I enjoy being in HR, doing the people development process. And let me start with activity. Suppose we all have mobiles, right? So if I were to ask you, if you want to search a name starting with R, then you'll go to the contact, then you'll press the letter R, then I say you press one more letter A. Okay, then you press A, then you'll get list of names, Ramasamy or Ramesh or whatever names, then you'll search the name, right? Same way you all have laptops, so you know what keys you have to press to, what kind of commands you have to give, right? So if you take our own self, suppose I give you another activity, all of us know, I ask all of you to raise your right hand, okay? So you know how to raise the right hand, right? Suppose then I ask you, till today before you go to bed, all of you must be happy today. Can you do it? Then I say, you have to you stop your thinking for next half an hour. Okay, is that possible? Suppose then I say, you have to have only positive thoughts for next half an hour. I think all of us, we produce about 30 to 40,000 thoughts a day. Okay, we can't stop the thoughts. But can we improve the quality of thoughts? Suppose if I say, I have to have only positive thoughts, can we do it? So in the case of mobile or computer, we know which buttons we have to press to make certain things happen. Can we make it in our own self? To the extent we understand the things external to us, are we able to understand our own self? I think that's a big question. How does education help us to understand ourselves? I think that is very, very important. Then let me go back to, all of us studied physics in the school, and also you are studying some more related courses in engineering. We all studied potential energy and kinetic energy, right? So potential energy, one of the example we can take is the overhead tank, right? So how do we calculate the potential energy? It depends upon the height and also on the volume, right? So 2 dimensions determines the potential of a water tank, right? How do we convert this into kinetic energy? Open a tap, then the water can flow, right? Do we understand what is our potential? So what are the factors that determines human potential? So according to some research, there are 3 factors that determines our potential. The first is the aspiration. Do we have the aspiration to achieve something? It could be a kind of a career goal. Suppose you all studying engineering. Why are you studying engineering? After engineering, what are you going to do? Okay? What do you want to achieve in life? I think this is part of aspiration, right? If we have aspiration, if we don't pursue some actions to achieve the aspiration, can we achieve the aspiration? That is called engagement. So one is the aspiration, second is the engagement. Third is the ability. So if you have to study, if library is there, but if you have to go and study, we must have literacy. We must know how to read, how to assimilate things. That is an ability. Okay? So ability has got 2 factors. One is called innate ability, other one is called learned skills. So innate ability is something which is part of our personality, which cannot change. Some example could be, I don't know how many of you participated in marathon. In marathon, to complete marathon, leave alone winning marathon. To complete marathon, what we need is stamina. If you take 100-meter dash, what we need is the speed or sprint. So every human being may not have both stamina and sprint. The sprint. Somebody who has got stamina will be able to do better in marathon. Somebody having speed will be able to do in 100-meter dash. That is called innate ability. Now if you take Ilayaraja, he is good in composing. But once he has become a famous director, he sings now, we are listening to him says, Ilayaraja sings. But if he started as singer, what would have happened? Same way, Sachin started as a bowler. He couldn't succeed being a bowler. Then he became a batsman. He has been very successful. I think all of us need to understand what is innate to us, part of personality. And if we choose to do things that is aligned to that, our aspiration, if it is aligned to our